Lord Mannion was never happier than when he was looking up at the stars. He had been up all night, scribbling notes in his journal, consulting star charts and treaties as old as the fall of Cynthia. Might have considered the works of Goodwin the Wise or old Magister Braden, but it was the knowledge of the South he turned to when he needed precise answers. He had spent too many years a woodsman's son to shun such works in his later life. Alarant and Scion had a long history of star-gazing, and in the codices of dark Ithylia he found a treasure trove of lost insights, greater than anything the clever men of Wildren could devise. The coronation shall be. Lord Mannion made a swift calculation upon a small scroll, writing with a crow-feather quill and blood-black ink. 6 weeks from now, on the eve of midsummer. Ah, how very fortunate! The magician giggled with excitement. That is the alignment of the 12 stars of Haran with the Corvus of the Sea, the dark star itself. Arthur Grey peered absently at the results of his master's magic. He was not half as clever as the young prince, but he did his best to pay attention. May the gods bless him for that. Arthur had spent 5 years a squire, twiddling his thumbs and complaining about how little there was to do. Many counsellors had laughed upon his arrival at court. A man of peace had no need of a squire, but it had been the right thing to do. Arthur had needed a place to go after his mother died, and Mannion needed someone to run errands for him while he juggled star-gazing and kowtowing and tutoring. A good sign, my lord, Arthur asked after a while. I cannot read the stars as well as you. It is a very good sign, Arthur, Lord Mannion answered. I think that luck is on our side. The prince is crowned on this date, the gods will smile upon us, and the realm shall prosper for it, he thought. King Fintan had been little more than a warlord, a brute of the most unseemly sort, but his son and heir had the potential for so much more. He is more than a prince, Lord Mannion knew, and under my tutelage he might realize his true strength, at least as long as that he-master doesn't get in the way. Will the church stand for it, my lord? Arthur asked. The Lord Archmagister was adamant you choose a holy day. And a holy day I chose, Lord Mannion said. The eve of midsummer, no less. Arthur smiled faintly. A clever choice, my lord. That will get the church off our backs. Clever? Why, it was only fortuitous, Arthur. Now come along. Lord Mannion stood up from the desk with the scroll in hand. We must deliver this to the council right away. Would you kindly fetch my cloak? Lord Mannion spent so much time in his study, he had long thought it best to keep spare clothes in the wardrobe and a spare bed against the wall, in case he needed to spend extra hours or even days at work. At one end of the study, beakers and vials were arranged neatly beside a stone athanor, while on the other side, far from alchemical mishap, he worked with gilded astrolabes, telescopes, and sundials, far beyond priceless. From here a lord might glimpse the inner workings of the cosmos, and discover such wonders as the world had never known. But from here as well a lord could face the council in comfort, knowing he had the gods on his side. He could do great and terrible things, if given the time. You really think they'll care to see your work, my lord? Arthur asked, as he draped a sea-blue cloak over Lord Mannion's broad shoulders. I can't understand it, they sure as hell won't. Better they see it, and know I'm doing something, Lord Mannion said, than to think I'm doing nothing at all, that I'm just pulling dates out of thin air. Ah, yes, he thought, let them think I know more than I'm letting on. That would surely win their trust. Fiddled with his papers a moment, checking his work time and time again, while Arthur fastened the stargazer's silver clasp about his neck, and fetched his ring of office. Yes, yes, the Lord mused, it should all be well. Yes, he thought again, yes, the gods are with us.